$40, $16 money orders. And so we compiled all of those. And then I followed her to Western Union following a sit to get the rest of it so I could send in exactly what she owed for the 3 months. But here's the problem though, is that obviously I have to send that in the home office, and I think it's not gonna be, it's gonna lapse if they don't get it by like today or something. And so should I like call them and be like, hey, the money's coming, or like I don't know what to do. You know what I mean?
You just threw a lot at me.
Yeah, like I was like, it was like kind of like a whole thing. And so like, I'm like, I like have the money, but like if it's gonna take time to get home office, like I don't want them to lapse it because like I have, you know what I mean? Like I have it, it gave it to me. But also with the Western Union, I guess like I guess it doesn't forward directly to American Income, they have to mail it. Is that how it goes?
That's a fucked up situation.
Yeah. But obviously like she's been doing it for the past, like she's like, if this was an issue, her policies would have lapsed years ago, you know what I mean? But like, I'm just like, I don't know, I guess should I just call home office and see what they have to say about reinstating it with that?
I would call and ask them, like, what the fuck you should do?
Cause like, that's the thing with reinstating, like usually if it's like a bank account thing, that's easy, okay, fine, we'll just put your, whatever. But like, since it's like a money order, like.
They gotta process it. And
yeah, exactly.
Get it. I'd have to ask for an extension or something.
All right, because I don't want it to lapse on them.
My hips are fucking hard. I think I'm getting too old to play basketball.
That's because well, I mean, you've been working out actually, haven't you?
Yeah.
But so then either way, I got all the forms signed and stuff, so do I just send in all of those to home office, like, and just be like, we're reinstating this?
I would send everything, make copies of everything. No, you don't have to, you can email, you don't have to send anything.
Oh.
It's all electronic.
Oh, wait, so maybe it'll be okay.
Yeah. But the money order is the only question. There is, you can just do everything electronically besides
that.
Maybe you have a credit card or not.
Well, you can't do it on a credit card either way, can you? You need a bank account. All right. Thank you. Thanks for that.
Hey, are you guys on Zoom?
Hey, I had it ready for you in the back room. You want me to shut it down?
Is this for pre-licensing?
Yeah.
Nobody's going to be there in person.
Okay.
This is pre-licensing.
Wait, I thought you did it back here.
Yeah, I usually do, but no one's going to be here in person, so I'm just going to go on a Zoom over here.
Okay.
So you could actually shut that one down.
I got my 3 guys. Should be Chris and Peter, and my other hire just got today probably.
All right, we got to admit these guys in.
Want me to admit it or shut it down?
You could shut it down.
You admit it then? All right.
Yeah. All right. Hopefully you guys can hear us. We're going to get started in about a minute or two. I'm just getting everything set up, getting people admitted into the room. If you guys can get your cameras on while we get ready, we'll get off to start here. We'll give it another minute or two, let's say.
Sounds good.
All right. Like I said, I'll be getting this started here in less than a minute. All right, guys. So let's get this thing started. Looks like everybody got their cameras on for the most part. Good job on that. Good to see everybody this morning. How's everybody doing?
Good, good. How about yourself?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Sounds good.
I wanted to take some time with everybody today and just get you ready for your career, give you some pointers, just spend some time talking about things that you may need to know, or just maybe reiterate and repeat a couple things that you may already know throughout the interview process that we might have already went over with you. But right now, everyone here should be in their licensing process at some stage of the game. So you either just signed up for your license, or you're pretty much already through your course and you're getting ready to take your final exam. Or maybe you already passed your final exam and we're just waiting on your license. So I'm going to walk you through that process a little bit too. And, just go back to when I started in the industry, and what kind of made me do all this was I was a financial advisor for 3 years before I came to this company. And when you become a financial advisor, one of the first things you have to do is you have to get your life insurance license. So they make you get your life insurance, then you have to get your a Series 7, which allowed me to trade securities. I was a stockbroker, and I had to get a Series 66, which allowed me to give fiduciary advice to people about their investments. And all of that to become a financial advisor, to get all of those licenses took 6 months and $2,000. So this was after I graduated college. And after I graduated college, the first thing I did is my first job out of college, right? I decided I was going to be a real estate agent. So I got my real estate license, and that was a whole bunch of studying in itself. I had to take classes. I had to pay a bunch of money to get the pre-studying done. Then I had to go take the state exam. Then I had to take the national exam. You have to pass 2 exams to get the real estate license. And this, you got to think, I just graduated college. I thought I was done taking tests. You're like, oh, never got to take a test again. Oh wait, back at it. So I had to crack the books open, go back and sharpen my pencil back up, start taking notes again, and get back in the school mode. So I got my real estate license, and I was like, all right, finally, now I don't got to take any more tests again. And then after I realized, probably about a day into the career, my dad was like, this is going to be a different type of road. If you go down this road, there's no residual income at the end of this road. So you're just going to have to keep on spinning your wheels. So he pointed me in the direction of financial advising. He said, go interview with a couple financial service industry companies, a couple companies that are in the financial services. He said, if you can interview with them, you might find something that could be compatible with you. So I interviewed with a couple of them. A couple of them didn't fit, really what I was looking for. I had to like the people I was working with too. And a couple of them were just kind of more dry, kind of old school type of feel. Looked like they were moving pretty slow. So anyways, I ended up, taking on a position as a financial advisor, and I was pretty excited about it. But I realized the first thing you have to do when you do that is you have to get licensed. So just after, like I said, did the real estate license, then I had to jump in and get this license. And the whole point of this guys is, I just remember that when I got hired, my boss just kept repeating the same thing over to me when I was a financial advisor, because it's 6 months. You guys think studying on this course for 6 days is tough? Imagine studying 6 months after I already studied and got my real estate license, and I thought I was done. That was a whole month. Then I had to go back and do another 6 months, $2,000. And so he just kept the same theme going. I'll never forget it. He always just said, don't worry about anything else right now. All you got to do is study and pass. Control what you can control. We can't control anything else that happens that, after you get started. You got to make sure if you don't study and pass, none of this other stuff really matters. Because I found myself, asking some questions about the career, and I wanted to get ahead of myself. I wanted to put the cart before the horse. I wanted to know everything. And he's like, none of that even matters if you don't have your license. And it just, really made a point to me. So, control what you can control, put first things first, do step 1 before you start even worrying about step 2, and when you do step 1, do it in its full completion, so that's the way that you kind of want to approach the whole licensing process. You don't want to go to chapter 2 unless you got chapter 1 down, and it's a building process. So the whole entire career is going to be like that. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So no matter how big the task is, we can only do it one step at a time. Martin Luther King Day was recently. He said, you don't have to see the whole staircase. You just have to be able to see the next step, right? So throughout your licensing process, it really, you want to minimize the time that you're in that licensing process. They say the longer that you're on the licensing course, the lower of a chance you have of passing it. The people that get through it quicker end up passing it at a higher rate. The longer that you're there, the chances of you passing it go down dramatically. So hopefully that makes sense. And for me, it's who likes to study and take tests? Not me. That was not me in school. Okay, if it was you, congratulations. I don't know what I don't know what to tell you if you really get a kick out of studying and taking tests that much. But for me, it wasn't. So I was looking at this thing like this is going to be almost painful for me. But I got to do it because it's necessary for me to have this career. You have to be a licensed professional. And for me, I treat it like ripping a Band-Aid off. You guys ever, you know what I'm talking about? When you just got to get it done quick. If you try and take a Band-Aid off nice and slow, you're just prolonging that pain. So that's kind of what I did with the licensing. I kind of locked myself in a room almost and tried to get it done as quick as possible. So so that's just some advice on that. I wanted to add a little comment to that, and I slipped my mind, so maybe it'll come back to me in a second. So now a couple things we can go over with after you get your license. So you go through, let's just talk about the process. So, you have to go through all the chapter courses, take your final exam, then you go take your state exam. Once you pass your state exam, it's probably going to take about 2 weeks for your license to actually get processed and come in the mail. So you could pass your test today, but your license probably won't come in the mail or get activated really until another 2 weeks, I would give it. So keep in mind though, as soon as you pass your test, you have to apply for your state license. So you could pass your test today, the state doesn't know. You have to actually apply for your state license, and then you have to send in your test scores proving that you passed. So just keep in mind that's a step where someone's like, oh, I passed my test a week ago and I haven't heard anything from the licensing place yet. And I said, well, did you fill out the paperwork for your license? And they said no. They literally left the testing center, went home, and they thought that was it. So after you pass your test, you got to make sure that you let the state know and you apply, obviously. Now, from that point, you got to think you're going to have a good 2 weeks to get ready for training class. So you pass your test today, your license comes in 2 weeks. We can't start training until the license comes in. So you technically have about 2 weeks to get ready. And you can use it or lose it. You can use that time, or 2 weeks are going to go by like this, and you can lose that time. And the people that do really well in training are the ones that are most prepared. We're going to be learning a lot. You're going to be learning a lot. And the more that you have coming in, the better understanding and the base knowledge that you have coming in, the better. So, whenever we start training class, there's a couple things you can do over those 2 weeks to get prepared. So the biggest thing that you're going to hear from everybody is the importance of knowing the script. When we meet with our clients, there's certain things that we have to go over with them, and there's certain verbiage that we have to say. So we have to we have to memorize it like an actor or an actress would. So my approach was that I need to memorize this script like an actor. Like if I was going to be going on stage and they were going to pay me millions of dollars for knowing this, that for being an actor here, I got to really know this. And the thing is, guys, is we only have one script. So once you learn it, that's it, man. That's it. And the script is like a couple pages. And what made me okay with it was I was like, well, I guess if I wanted to be a real actor, like a Denzel Washington or something like that, Denzel Washington on a yearly basis, how many scripts do you think that man has to memorize? And
Oh,
how many pages do you think those scripts are?
too many.
You know? And but he gets to make millions of dollars. So in our business, I was like, if I could just learn this one script and it's only a few pages, that's not as bad. I could do that. And we get to earn, you will earn, when I say this is an industry and not just the industry, but this company specifically, you will have the propensity to earn millions and millions of dollars. And I could tell you my story and I'll keep it in a quick nutshell, guys. I started back in 2008. Nobody in my family ever made $100,000. Never, nobody. My dad was maybe making 70. I was making about 70 as well as a financial advisor. I left that. I came to this company my very first year. 2009 was a full year for me. I cleared over $120,000. 2010, second full year, over 200. Third year, 2011, $512,000 in income. In 2012, I'm sorry, I was 28 and I cleared $937,000. And from that point forward, I've made over $1 million for the last 7-8 years now in a row. I lost count. And I tell you guys that because this opportunity, guys, I can't promise you that is going to happen for you. I can't make any promises for anybody. I hope you guys would respect that and appreciate that. I can't promise that's going to happen for you. But I can promise you this, guys. I can promise you that you are going to have the same exact opportunity that I had. And I can promise you this. It is way, way better than when I came in. Our goal is for you to surpass and achieve way greater than anything that I have personally ever done with this company. And I don't know if you were on our agency meeting the other day, but somebody brought this up to me. They said, hey, Tommy, Tom Brady was in the Super Bowl 10 out of 20 years. He played football for 20 years. And out of 20 years in the NFL, first of all, most people don't even make it 20 years. Out of his 20 years, 10 of them, he was in a Super Bowl. And he won 7 of them. So I've been with the company for 12 years. And in 12 years, they've given me a plaque for being the top person in the category in my company 86 times. 86 out of 144 months. So that's more than half the months. So the systems that we have in place here are proven to work. They work. The system works. We just have to work the system. When you come in, you're probably going to hear some things where they say, put the pressure on the system, take the pressure off yourself. What does that mean? Well, if you are coachable and you stick to this system, you can put all the pressure on this system and it's going to work for you. If it doesn't work, you can blame the system. But if you don't do the system and you decide to do your own thing, then you're putting all the pressure on who? Now you're putting all the pressure on yourself. And if it doesn't work out, now you have only one person to blame, right? So we try and say you can what do I say? You can sit on the shoulders of giants. Has anybody ever heard that before? Basically, what you can do is you can find someone that's already made it, someone that's already done it, and then instead of you figuring it all out, just sit on their shoulder and stick to the systems and do what they've already done. So it's nice about our companies. We're always evolving. We're always improving. And it's always a give and take, guys. I don't know if you worked for any companies before. If this is your first, career ever. But the company does a give and take, just like most companies. You'll see a give and take, and the give and take is usually where a company will kind of take and take and take as much as they can, and they will give as least as possible to the employees. They don't give anything at all. They just take from the employees. There's companies that do that. Okay. Our company does a give and take as well, except our company does the opposite. Every year, our company gives and gives more and more and more without taking anything away from us. And I've seen it with my own eyes over the last 12 years. So it's amazing. But the point, guys, back to just if I could drive home, when you get started, the script needs to be like your best friend. You and that script need to be so tight, and you should be able to almost, read in between the lines and not even have to think about when you're saying what's on those in the script. Because if you wanted to be a leader in the business, you're gonna have to teach other people this script as well. So I told myself, I was like, man, if I want to be a leader, I'm gonna have to teach other people this script, and to the level that I know it is gonna be to the level that I'm able to teach it. And guys, this is a huge approach that I took to the business. I took an approach that anytime that I learned anything at all from anybody in this business, so anytime anybody taught me anything, I wanted to learn it in such depth. I wanted to learn what they were talking about inside. I wanted to learn it so well that if I needed to teach it to somebody else, I could. See, some people learn things just enough so that they can use the information to get by for themselves. And if you're learning something just for yourself, you're going to learn it probably only really to a certain degree. Okay. And it's funny because you think it wouldn't be like that. But if you have to learn something because you're going to be teaching a class of 25 people on this subject matter, how well are you going to learn it? You got to teach a class on this tomorrow. You're going to learn it a lot more than if you just have to go out there. Like, for instance, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of something real basic, like real basic. Geez, oh man. Cooking something, or, how about packing a parachute? You got to learn how to pack a parachute for yourself. You're going to learn it pretty well, right? But now you have to teach 1,000 people how to pack their parachutes when they go jump out of an airplane. How much more stress are you going to have? How much more pressure? How much more responsibility? You're going to make sure that you know what you're doing and that you can teach it to other people, right? So that's how I would always kind of learn stuff, would be that if I had to teach somebody this one day, would I be able to really, really teach it to them to that, the best level? And then I did the same approach in this business. So my very first month, I made sure that I was the #1 agent in the company. So So it was July of 2018, I went out there and I made sure I was the top producer. Nobody was nobody was a better agent than me. And I told myself that if I want to be able to teach people how to be top performers in this business, I got to be one myself. I got to be one myself. I can't give what I don't have. I'm not going to be able to show someone else how to be at the top and take their career to the top if I haven't done so myself. So that was just a challenge that I put out there for myself when I started, and a must have was I said, you must have you got to go out there and get that done. So anyways, every single level, those are some things that I did to kind of catapult myself and help everybody, or help me catapult everybody else around me as well. So guys, I don't want to keep you too long on a Friday today. I just want to give you as much, as much as I could in this little period of time, but I sure look forward to spending a lot more time with you guys, getting to know you guys a lot more, working towards your individual goals, your individual dreams. This company is a vehicle that has allowed me to do things I couldn't even imagine to do, and it put me in a position where I could do things that I wouldn't be able to do without it. There's point blank. There's no opportunity like this in the world, to where a young man like myself can come in at the age of 24, and by 28 you're making $1 million. I just don't know where else that can happen. I have individuals that I have mentored in this business that in their second year, they've made over $250,000 in their second year with this company. So I sure hope to be able to coach and mentor to you guys to some of your dreams, and hopefully your dreams are bigger than ever. And I could encourage you, if you haven't really thought too big, go for it. You're allowed to. You're allowed to dream as big as you want with this company. You're allowed to. With this team, we will be there and we will support you in your dreams. And there is no dream too big. So if you were thinking small, start thinking a little bit bigger. Whatever you're thinking, double it. Go ahead and double it. It's okay. It's all right. You're allowed to have it. And there's plenty out there for everybody, guys. So if I could give you two things that helped me as well is I had at 21 years old, I got a $250,000 life insurance policy on myself, and I paid $168 a month for it. When I was 21, before I ever joined this company, I already had it. So I believe in what I'm doing. You know why? Because I put my money where my mouth is. So if you're going to sell life insurance, I'd recommend you have some yourself. You can't drive a Ford and sell a Chevy. They did a company statistic. They found that if you have American Income life insurance, you will make twice as many sales as someone with this company that doesn't have it. So I made sure that I had it, and then everybody in my family has American Income Life. Guess how my belief level is? My belief level is through the roof. Sales is a transfer of belief, So anyways, I would take a look at getting some coverage for yourself before you get started if you don't have it. And then also bringing in people into the company. When you get started, you have 90 days to collect $750 per person, and there's no limit. My first month, I recruited 10 people, and there was no bonus back in the day. There's a bonus today. There wasn't one back in the day. So for me, if I was to give my brother, my cousin, my dad, anybody that I cared about, if I could give them advice, it would be you definitely should be looking to recruit and bring some other people into the business with you to take advantage of that bonus. But also, if you bring someone into the business and I don't, you will have 600% more success than I have. And that's a company statistic as well. They said, where's everybody who brought people into the company, and where's everybody who didn't bring people into the company? People who brought people into the company were 600% more successful than people that didn't. So if you just do those two things right there, if you have American Income Life yourself and everybody in your family has that life insurance, and you are personally recruiting people into the business, you are literally like going to 10x the amount of success that you would normally have just by doing those two things. And they take no skill set at all. You don't have to memorize a script. You don't even got to be good at selling anything at that point, So those are two things that you can do. So I just want to give you the stats on that, and then and just look forward to seeing you guys. Hey, if you can make it to the agency meeting on Monday at 11 o'clock, we're gonna have a good one. And then Monday the 22nd is gonna be a really great agency meeting, guys. A really great one. So definitely looking forward to seeing you guys in those as well. And I'll let you guys get out of here for today. So hopefully this was helpful, beneficial. Love spending time with you guys. Look forward to getting you guys started in your career. Just remember, only two things we got to do right now. We got to study and pass. So let's make it a great weekend, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, have a good one.
You too.